This morning, Governor Neil Abercrombie will outline his priorities and plans for Hawaii in his State of the State address. He's set to make that speech at 10 o'clock this morning at the state capitol. And that's where KITV4's Ryan Kalei-Suji joins us live now with more on what we can expect. Good morning, Ryan.
Hey, good morning, Mahia. That's right. We are here inside of the chambers of the House of Representatives, where Governor Neil Abercrombie will address lawmakers on his plan for 2013. And we're joined this morning by former state representative and deputy chief of staff now for Abercrombie, Blake Gosher. Thanks so much for waking up with us this morning.
Morning, Ryan.
First off, we want to talk a little bit about what we can expect to hear from the governor this morning as he enters his third year in office.
Well, I think especially now that we see the economy turning around, that there's a lot of good indicators from the tourism, construction, and housing markets, what you can hear him talk about is where we're going to be needing to invest and in order to move our state forward, whether it's in our infrastructure, in our educational system, or whether it's going to be in something like early childhood education.
You know, we've obviously one of the things that has been publicized is that ongoing contract negotiations with unions like the HSTA. Has there been any significant progress in that, and where is the governor in talks with the unions right now?
We're still in formal negotiations, so we can't really comment specifically, but the governor is hopeful that we can reach a resolution. He thinks that that is the best thing for everybody involved, and so we're going to be continuing to talk with the union leaders as well as with the legislature to see what it is that we can afford to fit within our budgetary means.
You know, one of the things that Governor Abercrombie has said is that he does not want to raise taxes, but we've heard potential talks of a soda tax, and it's come up before in the legislature. How realistic is a soda tax, do you think, this coming legislative session?
Well, just to distinguish the soda tax from the last time it came up. Last time it came up, it was to actually go into the general fund to help with our budgetary shortfall. This time around, the governor is proposing it because he believes that that investment can actually go directly into early childhood development and health prevention programs. And so that is the difference this time, is if the soda tax were to pass, all of that money goes to the Department of Health and goes so that we can invest in our young children, and it doesn't go to shore up the budget.
Okay, and you know, we've talked about last week, especially with the changes in the House leadership and in the Senate leadership. Do you think at all the change in the presidency and the House Speaker will at all impact the Abercrombie's administration and the dynamics that go on?
Not too much. I mean, you know, when you look at the overall makeup of the legislative body, that didn't change too much. There was some changeover, some new faces, and so we're excited to see them happen. We're also excited to work with the new leadership teams, but overall we think that the values of the majority caucuses in both the House and the Senate remain largely consistent. And so we're going to try and find alignment wherever we can, and we're going to work closely with them. We think we've already had a good meeting with them last week, Friday, and so we'll continue that open dialogue and communication.
Well, Blake, thank you so much for taking the time to join us this morning. Again, the governor set to address both the members of the House and Senate as well as other lawmakers starting at 10 o'clock today here at the state capitol. You can catch it live here on KITV. Mahia, back to you.
And in football terms, the governor calling this the third quarter. Ryan, thank you for that live report.